Blackout Bill here, special edition of What's in My Tackle Box. All of this stuff was bequeathed to me via my father-in-law, who was the coolest dude on the planet. So I need your help in figuring out what in the world this stuff is, what do I do with it, how do I use it, how do I use it in my own applications. So we're gonna go through it. I'll try to label them 1 through this way, and you guys can comment on the bottom. 1 is used for this, 2 is used for that. You're going to Round Valley, don't use that. You're going to Round Valley, use that. Any help you guys got, I appreciate it. Let's go through what the heck I got. Real quick, gonna start with my soft plastics. I have just a myriad of stuff. I got this thing, a couple curly guys, this sparkly thing, these long worms, and a lot of these froggy things. I don't know if you use a jig for all of this stuff or if you hook it like you would a real worm, like this guy. I don't know if you jig it. Are you supposed to use a Carolina rig? Or are you supposed to just use a regular hook setup with a swivel? I don't know. So these are my soft plastics. Not sure when and where to use these. For a background, I go to Round Valley a lot. Round Valley is a deep reservoir with a lot of lake trout, bass, some catfish and some eels and stuff, and then some sunnies and a couple small panfish. So when you're helping me out, just know that I go to Round Valley and that's where I fish a lot. And in the summer, I'm a summer fisherman. I don't go out in the winter a lot. And I have a boat. I'm out in the boat. I'm in the middle. The only other application I would use these is in the Delaware River. I go camping also in the summer. We have a camp spot on the Delaware, not too deep, a couple shallow spots, a couple deep spots, wide, fast-moving river. Keep that in mind. I literally got all this stuff and put it in my tackle box. Tackle box has been used, thrown, jumped, turned upside down. I took everything out and I'm starting from scratch. But what's left in the tackle box is a couple of these little small spinner reels with the rooster tails. This is the smallest ones I got that are still in the tackle box. I'm assuming these would be for some sort of trout or maybe even bass on the Delaware. But I went Delaware fishing once. I didn't catch anything on these. I also don't know if I'm supposed to cast upstream and pull it down, cast it downstream, pull it back up, cast it across and just reel it back, or do I throw it downstream and just let it sit there and spin? I have no idea. So I have a lot of these little spinners. In this one, it seems like they're the same thing, just a little bit bigger. And then what I actually did catch a smallmouth bass was on the Delawares with these tail. And I just kept casting these across the river and reeling it back. I went straight across the river, reeled it back, slow, fast. I tried a million different things. I caught one smallmouth bass, and I tried and tried again for the rest of the camping trip, and I didn't catch a single other fish. I mixed it up. I used this. I used the green ones. I also kept getting caught on the bottom. There's a lot of rocks and moss. So I was trying to jig up and down. I was trying to reel fast. I was trying to slow retrieve. And I did get snagged on the bottom a lot. So maybe that will help when I'm on the Delaware. I have never used any of these at Round Valley, except for maybe the rooster tails, because I was told they work for trout. But I think that's more of a stream fish. I don't know. Any help is appreciated. In this corner, I have a couple of these jig heads. It's got obviously a sloping down section, so I don't know if this is used to go deeper. I have no idea. More help is appreciated. Then this section's got these soft jig heads that are rubbery and have eyes, and they have medium-sized hooks that would look like. I have no idea what to use these for. These go by themselves. Do you put worms on these? Do you jig these? Do you skim them across the surface with these? Do they go down? I don't know. No idea. Soft, spongy. You guys tell me. And then I have a couple here that I have more lined up on the table. These obviously are some sort of crankbait. Don't know how to use these. People at Round Valley use these, but I don't know how. I don't know if you cast and then reel it in slow, and then they kind of go deeper and deeper. Again, I'm in the summer, so I guess you would assume that the fish are closer to the top because the warmer water's up at the top, as opposed to the winter where they go to the bottom to find the warmer water or stay away from the cold water. I'm not sure. I have a bunch of these crankbaits. I just don't know how to cast and retrieve them at all. All right, so let's get to it. We have items that are in the tackle box, and then we have the table. Over here we have all of those same type crank jig baits with the lip in the front, that as you retrieve it, I guess it sinks lower and lower. I don't know if you're supposed to let those sink. I think they float. I did catch a bluefish on this guy once. That was obviously in salt water, and I just casted it and jigged it, and I just reeled it in, and I felt the tug, and I hooked the fish. So, number one, Round Valley, good or no? And can I use them in the Delaware? Again, shallow, a lot of rocks. This came in a package. Don't know. It's flat. It's got like a weird hook set. Wouldn't have no idea how to work that. Okay, progressing to the right. I have these spoon spinners. They're already attached to swivels. I did not do that. It's already like that for my father-in-law. They're a little bit duller. They're not new, they're old. Don't know what to do with these. Are these jigged? Do you skim these across the water? Do you let them sink and jig them up? Do you try to drag them across the bottom? No idea. Got 2 of those. I have some what I would call jigging spoons, or spoons themselves. Are you supposed to drop these to the bottom? Could I use these at Round Valley? Am I wasting my time with these even in my tackle box? Just so you guys know, I also have new stuff that's gonna go, that I just bought, that I know is gonna be for Round Valley. We're gonna use that, and I'm gonna put those in the tackle box. So if you see something here that needs to go bye-bye, we'll get rid of it and we'll add the new stuff. Okay, as we move over to the right, I have some spinners here. I'm assuming this is for a cast and retrieve type setup. Don't think these would work at Round Valley at all, but maybe they would work on the Delaware. You guys let me know. Maybe these would be better with the rocks. This way they stay on the surface. Just don't know if I would catch any fish, Delaware type fish, in the summer. Again, I do all my fishing in the summer. Okay, over here, I got some of these this is a weedless setup jig. Don't know what I would put on that. Soft plastic, it's light. It feels maybe like 1/8 of an ounce, something really light. Does this get dragged along the bottom like at Round Valley? Would it even get to the bottom at like Round Valley? Do I use this on the Delaware? Should I get rid of it? Let me know. I have a couple of these. Okay. And if we move up a little bit, my son is playing with the jigs that I asked him to 6 times not to. Some more jig heads. This feels like a little bit heavier, maybe like 1/2 ounce. And then some just different designs. Not sure again. Really wouldn't know where to start. Obviously some swivels. These are, I don't know, salmon egg balls. Maybe they look like premature fish. Wouldn't even know where to start with those. Then we have some more feathered rooster tail type things. Small hooks, very small. I have small hands too. So this is small. Not sure if that would work on a Delaware or what. And then they just get bigger from there. I have a couple of these black and white guys. This is bigger than that last one I showed. Black and yellow, not black and white. And I don't know, do you throw split shot on here? Do you just tie this to the end of the line, toss it across the river, and then skip it across the top? Do you throw a split shot on there, let it sink to the bottom? No idea. I don't even know what they're called. Okay, then I got some jig heads, some heavier jig heads. This is bigger. It's got a little blade on the bottom. Do I put my soft plastics on here? Do I put a real worm, a shiner? Do I rig it to Carolina, Texas rig? I don't even know where to begin with something like this. Obviously, this might be more of a Round Valley. It's kind of heavy. It looks like the jigs that I plan on using for jigging for trout. I have only a few of these from my father-in-law, and then I bought some new stuff I'll show you guys in a second. This is some sort of spinner bait I've never seen before. Looks like it hooks at the top. It's got a blade, obviously, to spin. This came right out of the package, so this one's pretty new. Again, not sure. Round Valley, Delaware, winter stuff. If it's winter and don't belong in there, let me know. Okay, we're coming to the end. I have fake plastic salmon eggs. I've seen people use these on YouTube in like a drop shot type setup, or like a power bait floating type setup. Wouldn't know if this would be appropriate for Round Valley, or if I could even use them in the Delaware. And then finally, I have all of these. I've seen the YouTube videos on these guys. I know you're supposed to drag these along the bottom. I have a ton. I just don't know if Round Valley would be appropriate for this, or if I can use this on the Delaware. And is this saltwater? I don't even know if this is saltwater stuff. So I have a bunch of these. I got like 6 to 10 of these. Okay, now for the coup de grace. This is what I plan on using for Round Valley. Now, like I talked about, it's summertime, and I know the fish might not be on the bottom, but I've seen YouTube videos of guys on Lake Michigan in the dead of summer fishing for very, very deep trout. So I figure if I try to mimic what they do, maybe I'll get lucky using my fish finder and everything else. So my main goal is to use 2 types of setups here. I bought a new bait caster setup for jigging. I have a video that is going to be produced once I get all of my gear together, and I will show you that video. And this is what I plan to do with that. I have these PK lures, glow. I got different sizes, different ounces, and the goal is to drop this to the bottom and jig for trout. I know it's the summertime, the water's warmer, and they may come up to the top, but Round Valley is very deep. It goes to 180 feet deep, and I've seen these guys find them at certain points in the year and jig them from the bottom. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try this. I have the Binsky bait, which I know is meant for the winter, but I'm going to try to jig with that. I got these PK lures, and then I have other heavier jigs, and I'm just going to jig from the bottom straight up. My other plan, based on another guy's YouTube channel, which I'll link in the description, he uses, and he goes to Round Valley a lot, so I'm really excited to try this. He uses these Swing Impact Fat Keto swim baits. These are really hot right now. I'm not 100% sure how to use them, but based on his video and his description, I think I know how. I got jig heads for it, chartreuse ones, and then I got really heavy jig heads in different colors that should bring me right to the bottom. And I'll either try to troll along the bottom a little bit or jig it from the bottom and come on up. So I bought a couple different ones. I got 3.5-inch Keto Fats. I bought a 4-inch Keto worm, and I bought some different ones. This is Bluegill Flash. This one is Electric Blue and Chartreuse. And then I got a another Swing Impact Sexy Shad color. So a couple lengths, couple different lengths, couple different colors, and we're gonna try to jig these from the bottom or try to swim bait these using the jig head. So I know how to set this up based on that video. My only problem is I'm doing it in summer. They do it in the winter, but we're gonna try it. So this is my Round Valley setup, and I'm praying to catch my first trout ever. Also, now I know I said I plan on jigging a lot. When I do go for trout, I do plan on, I have a second setup. So I have the bait caster setup for the jig, and then I'm gonna use a spinning reel with a little bit more of a lighter action for the Kitex. So these will go on the first rod, and I'll try these on the bottom, and I'll try to not jig these up, but I'll try to use the swim bait as swim bait is supposed to be used. And then on the bait caster, I'll have the jig set up, and I will jig those, and I'll try both and see which one works. To show you guys the jigs I want to use, this is all YouTube stuff. These are the Binskys. This is a Binsky blade bait, supposed to mimic a dying herring. These guys use these in the winter to jig. So the blade baits they use in the winter, I'm gonna try them and see what I get. I might not stick to the bottom. I'll try to jig them up and see if that works. I'm gonna try everything. And then these were the YouTube guys were using in Michigan. In the deep of summer, they would find like a deep, like 100-foot hole, and with the fish finder, and would just jig these, and they were pulling trout out like they were candy. So these are heavy, so they'll go down deep, and Round Valley is deep. I'll just try to use my fish finder and see if I get lucky. So this will be for the bait caster setup, and then like I was showing you, the Kitex will be for the spinning rod. If you guys want links to these, obviously got these DaddyMacLures.com and stuff. I'll leave them, but I'd rather see if they work for me first before I link them. But if you guys want to know what I got, just ask and I'll let you know. All right, guys, so that's what's in my tackle box. You tell me. I don't know. Let me know what to do. What do I get rid of? What should I add in? I'm going to throw, like I said, that Round Valley stuff in there, but when I go camping and fish on the Delaware, I'd like to know what that's on that table, what I should keep, what I should get rid of, and set it up, because I really want to catch fish. I'm not a big fisherman, obviously I don't know what I'm doing, but when I'm out there and I'm camping or I'm out Round Valley, I'm working the boats, it'd be nice to catch something and make it look like I knew what I was doing. All right, so if you like the video, throw a like, subscribe, please, when we get to 1,000. Thanks for watching me, guys. Appreciate it.